What up, guys? Jason Guyman here. What up, Justin? We got Justin in the house. And so tonight, I got a special guest, Mr. Cody over here. And hello, Dan. How you doing? And we're going to talk a little bit about how Cody got started, why he got started, all the good thing along that kind of stuff there of, what is your why? Because at the end of the day is, what is your why? Why do you want to become a pressure washer? Why do you want to own your own business? Why start a pressure washer? Why not just go work and, be that person that just works all the time and all that kind of stuff? So most of you know Cody, but if you don't, Cody, who are you, where are you from, and when kind of your family side of things?
Well, I'm Cody Yarbrough. I'm the owner of Southeast Soft Wash, and I guess the personal side, before I talk about the company, is just married to, let's see, she's going to be really mad, but I'm going to do it anyway. That chick right there.
Come on, let's hear hello, because you got to hear that southern drawl voice now.
Put it in there.
I want to hey y'all.
So, yeah, I'm going to get in trouble later. But we've been together since the 5th grade, met at church, 1995. I'm trying to pull you up on my TV with the volume now so I can watch the stream. But we've been together since 95, got married in 2005. And there you are right there. Let's see. Let me get you on there. So got married young. I was 20. I was 19. She was 20. And went to work at the local mill, actually a cotton mill, literally a cotton mill. Here, we're in the South. We got a lot of textile stuff. So did that for 7 years. But I had been soft washing since high school because my dad actually was cleaning roofs in the late 80s. He worked for some shingle plants. And so we'd been doing roof cleaning for a long time. And married, I guess, 6 years. Left that place, went to work at another place, Walmart distribution. So just a warehouse job, working on the floor. Got promoted into management. But the whole time I'm growing my wash side of the business. And 2017, we left Wally World. It's kind of like coming out of Egypt into the promised land of normalness, not being Walmart's basically Cobra from G.I. Joe. If y'all don't know that, they rule the world behind the shadows. So
being at Walmart, what did you actually do at Walmart? What was your job of what was kind of the thing that you did at Walmart kind of thing?
Well, when you say Walmart, I'm gonna unplug my phone here because I got plenty of charge. When you say I work for Walmart, people think of the store, but the logistics division is it's just a big, huge warehouse, 1.2 million square foot, conveyor mechanized, 1,000 people working there. We would unload about 120 trucks a day, and we would ship out about 120 to all the stores in the South Atlanta area. So we kept 100 and some odd stores stocked with everything that got sold on a daily basis. My first job there was order filling, which sucked. So
you basically did the same thing over and over and over, and
picking stuff off of pallets and putting it on a conveyor belt and all kinds of stuff. That was the hardest labor job I've ever done. This literally almost would kill you. Did that for a year and got promoted into management. So I pretty much managed every area in the building over the course of 2 or 3 years. And then my last management spot, I was what they call an asset protection or loss prevention manager. So it was myself, one other guy, and we were over the safety, compliance, and preventing theft in the building. At any one time, there would be about $800 million to a little over $1 billion worth of inventory in the warehouse. And a lot of that was electronics. So we actually had a good bit of loss. It could be anywhere from $200,000 to $700,000 a year. People stealing stuff, internal theft. We arrested a lot of people. Did sting operations with the Georgia Bureau of Investigation, local sheriff's departments, that kind of stuff. So that was pretty fun. The safety side was what I really focused on, and compliance. So I did that for the last, I guess, 2 or 3 years, and then started the company full time. We used to be called Southern Roof Cleaning because that's all I did was roofs. If you're doing it part time, you probably want to maximize the high ticket thing, which is roofs around here. And so when we went full time, I changed the name to Southeast Soft Wash. I was actually going to be Southern Soft Wash, but there was some guy in the Carolinas that had a truck that looked exactly like mine, and he was Southern Soft Wash. I mean, a black Tundra. I was like, well, dang, I can't do that. So I changed it to Southeast Soft Wash, and nobody can say it. We went to the bank today and changed some things, and the lady was like, Southeast, South, like soft wash. It's just not a hard thing here. So did a year. I started in January 2017, and Scott, my man, said production order filling sucks. If you die and you're not a Christian, I believe you go to hell, like the Bible says, which God don't want that. If you're not saved, and you're like a bad person like Hitler or somebody like Stalin, you have to order fill when you get there. So that's pretty bad. But we started in January of 2017, and Dusty, my business partner, he came on with me in February. He was a Dish Network technician. He's a smart guy. He's got a degree in electronics. And we washed that whole year of 2017. That's all we did.
So before you started in 2017, did you actually start it full time right out of the get go, or did you do a little bit of part time in the wintertime and that? You started right out of the gate full time.
Yeah.
No money coming in.
No.
That
Well, I
kind of
had I got a little management bonus from Walmart. It was about 10 grand. So I took 5 grand and bought some equipment. And if you go back in my YouTube channel, it was throw together, but it was functional. It was basically what we build now, what I call a dual blend system. It was 2 soft wash systems and a pressure washer. Throw it on the back of a truck. Not pretty, but it worked. And I took 5 grand and stuck it in the bank as a buffer. And we spent a little bit on marketing, but we were just hammering the pavement door to door, going through neighborhoods, sticking a lot of flyers on doors, and we survived. We made
Line Commander asked a good question. How much was you making at Walmart before you went full time into the pressure washing world to be like, I don't want that money no more?
Yeah, I was salaried management, so I was making about $70,000 a year. It was a good job, and honestly, I learned a lot there. It grew me a lot as a person. The management side of things, because one of the management jobs I had in there was receiving manager, and that job was over the entire receiving dock. So at that point, I had about 63 people working for me. That was the biggest kind of responsibility in the building. All the management's kind of treated equally, but asset protection, you got a dozen people, and I'm doing other things. I didn't have a lot of people reporting to me, but it was a good job. I just no matter how much you did and how good of a job you did, it seemed like you weren't appreciated. We actually won Safety DC of the Year, which was a huge deal. Every year, one distribution center in the world won the Safety DC of the Year award, and that meant that we were the safest logistics location Walmart had on the planet. I was like, dude, we did it. We freaking did it. Like, we had never won that at that building. That building's been there over 20 years.
But so yet there's no satisfaction at that point.
The next month, they come in there from Bentonville, Arkansas. Okay, guys, so next year you've got to do this. You know, your OSHA rolling incident rate, your DART rate, it's got to be 20% lower than last year. I'm like, hold on a minute. So you're telling me that, like, I'm going to get punished if homeboy over here gets a splinter, gets hurt. So I said, you know what, I'm not doing this. We had a great boss in Arkansas. She retired. The lady that took her spot was a Karen, and we just I said, I'm gone, dog. I was like, I'm out. Y'all crazy. So yeah. So left 70 plus a little over 70 grand a year, and went out on faith. Emily was like, what the crap are you doing? And but we made it, and we made a killing. We actually did really well that first year. So
what did you end up doing in pressure washing your first year?
192.
That's pretty good for your first year out of the gate.
Yeah.
Now, what did you do to get that? What was some of the marketing strategies that you used to get to that? I mean, did you just go out and knock on doors and say, "Hey guys, I need to go"?
I did do a lot of that, but she did a lot too. She pounded yard sale groups on Facebook. to the level of spamming nearly, borderlining. We did a lot of paid Facebook ads, and I know a lot of folks who, and I had a benefit because I had 16 years or at that point, 15 years of washing, so I didn't need to learn any of the technical.
But that's the fun stuff to learn. That's what everybody thinks we need to learn, isn't it? Don't we need to know how to do pressure washing before we can go out and do anything, right?
Well, even though I'm an equipment builder, here's what I'm going to tell you. Mindset, tactics, skill, and gear. That's the order. It needs to be mindset, tactics, skill, and then you get your gear. But as guys, we like things. Like they've done this experiment, like scientific people do this. They'll give a female chimpanzee a choice, and she'll pick a doll, and the male chimpanzee will pick a truck, like a toy truck to play with. And that's basically what we are. We like gears and wheels and levers and mechanisms. We like the things. And don't get me wrong, you have to have the things to do the work, but they're the least important things. I did 192 with 2 guys in a old Tundra that was war slap out, and 4-gallon minute pressure washer, and just a whole lot of roof cleaning to get the ticket, the average ticket price up. But year 2, we did a little bit less on washing because we started doing training. We started doing a little bit of equipment towards the end of year 2. I just had people reaching out asking if they could come and learn, because I didn't. This is a stupid thing for me. I didn't know my worth, and that's something these guys need to understand: is know your worth. I was a SME. I was a subject matter expert. Well, I still am in soft washing, but I didn't look at myself that way. I was like, yes, this is what we do, But no, I'm a SME. I'm an expert in that lane, that particular niche. So know your worth, and so we shifted gears a little bit in the overall picture of the business. Now we're at 8 employees. We bought our new building this year. Things are doing really well. I'm really, really satisfied with where we are in the company. But yeah, that's pretty much my story.
I know we talked about the Facebook groups. What else did you do in trying to get to that $190,000 that first year? Did you just do a lot of word of mouth, a lot of any yard signs, different things like that, or was it just Facebook group stuff like that?
I did a lot of word of mouth because I had been washing for 15 years as a side thing, So every year I had recurrings already. So I just really hit those recurrings, and I know everybody. Like I know everybody in this county. So once people knew what I was doing, they wanted to support me. So the local market, we had that pretty much under wraps. And then we just, it was a lot of Saturdays and Sundays doing clip flyers, just knocking on doors. I mean, it was pretty much every Saturday and Sunday we would go out and hit subdivisions and door-to-door knock. And I'm pretty good in person as a sales guy, even though I hate it, but I'm good at it. So if I can get them to the door, I can pretty much close the deal on those. Yeah. So when you're doing, $1,000 tickets, and we did some big jobs that year too. We did a apartment complex that was almost 10 grand. We did a warehouse that was 6 grand. So just within a few jobs, we were at 20 grand, and then some big chunks like that really help. So you're not just piecing it together through the whole year with little stuff.
Good. So did you do any training other than just, obviously you knew what you knew how to do the pressure washing side, which a lot of people think that's the hard side. Did you do any training or anything like that, or did you have a mentor or something like that to do the business side of things to help get us along on the business side of things?
Not in year 1. I wish to goodness I had, because I did some stupid. I mean, it wasn't really I did anything. It was the things I didn't do. I've got a business mentor now who's a local friend, and he's running a company that's, 14 employees, a couple $1 million a year company. He's been doing it for years. And so I rely on him a lot now in where we're at in this stage. But I'll give you an example of something that you just don't know what you don't know. And looking back, I'm like, what the crap am I thinking? But here's the stupidest thing I ever did. So year 1, I acquire all these customers magically through all this luck and effort and pavement pounding. And you know what I do? I have no email list. I don't have a phone list. I don't know them. I'm like, yeah, they live over there. You remember? So year 2, I have to get them all over again. And I don't have, the cost per customer acquisition should do this. It should go down because you're retaining those people and you can send an email out in the spring. Well, you can't send one if you don't have a list. So it was just stupidness like that.
But that CRM costs so much money, you know.
No, I don't. But that's what I thought. I'm
that
old.
CRM it is it's so expensive. That $400 you might have spent or $500 a year that you could have made way more than that the next year by having the emails and stuff.
It's systems. You're putting things in place that it's hard for guys to buy those kind of things, but training and that kind of stuff in those systems because you can't put your hand on it. It's like there's a thing, I've got a $350 pocket knife in there, which is stupid, but I can put my hand on it and I'm like, look at this, it's a switchblade. It does a cool flicky thing. But if you can't look at it, it's tempting to be like, well, what am I buying? It's not worth it, but it is. Those are the things that catapult you in your business. It's not that you got to have it to do it. It's just that it makes it so much easier. Those things run in the background. And then when you need them, you got them.
All right. We're up to 61. We're slow tonight. But it is Thursday night. So Mr. Arkansas Soft Wash, he decided to get dehydrated today and had to go to the hospital. So, and it is hot out there. I understand that. I know I had Mr. Jason was telling me that it was 107 degrees down in Florida. And I'm like, whew, that's hot.
Well, Sean was probably trying to take the ring to Mordor, and it's hot over there. Like, it's a volcano. So hobbits have it rough. It's bad on them.
But yeah, he said it was 107 degrees and he's doing a roof cleaning job. And I was like, sucks to be you, man. That sucks.
I hope he had his mask on because there was definitely some fumes.
Yeah. So
yeah, it's pretty hot down here.
Pedialyte he put.
Pedialyte.
But so what was one of the hardest things? What did you learn from School of Hard Knocks? What was one of the hardest things that you learned while in business? As in pressure washing mostly, not so much the equipment side of things.
Probably not framing. I don't know. Let me pick the words right. Not structuring my business. Sean just texted me a naughty thing. Structuring my business to eliminate. I don't really know how to word it. If you don't structure your packages and what you're offering, you leave so much gray and unknowns that your customers aren't satisfied when they would have been satisfied if they'd just known the parameters. You put yourself at risk for callbacks of things that you don't even do. You're out there longer on jobs because if you don't set here's what we're going to do, you define your terms, the more kind of murky all that stuff is, the harder it is for you to be in and out on jobs and to leave knowing you did everything. You did a video, I didn't watch it, but I saw the thumbnail about having a checklist where every job is different.
It's all about systems at the end of the day, and everybody has systems. Now, is your system good or bad? Now, that's a whole different ballgame. But if you have systems into place, it goes right down the road, and that makes a big deal at the end of the day.
I had a very, if you could even call it a system, a very bad one, because every job was different. Instead of having I knew what to do, but I wouldn't sell the job as I was just there to basically work for them, whatever they needed done. And one of the biggest words in a service business is no. The answer is no. Hey, can y'all do this? No, because we don't do that. And it's just because the customer, and I've learned this a lot in the equipment side, building equipment, just because the customer has a thought enter their brain doesn't mean I have to do it. Guy will say, hey, can I change my skid? I know it's a week away from getting picked up, but I wanted to make this change. Well, if it's already built, you know what the answer is?
Nope.
No. So, and here's what I've learned. The crazy thing is most of the time, they're okay with no. They're just asking. But I'm bad about when they ask, feeling like I've got to move heaven and earth to make it happen. To them, it's this big, and I'll let it get this big in my mind. So that was something I just had to grow as a person and understand that, I had a guy call me yesterday from Florida. He's maybe watching the channel, but he's struggling with pricing. And listen, this is crazy. Realtor called him trying to sell a house in Florida, a good market, roof, driveway, $400 and something was the price he gave him. The realtor told him he was too high and laughed at him, and it discouraged him. It's not too high.
It's not too high, and you got to find your customer. It's like,
Just not your customer.
because that stupid realtor is getting 5-6% no matter if she's good or bad. They're getting that same percentage, but yet they want you to do it for cheap, and that ain't worth a crap. So
they want to make their $5,000 or $6,000, but they don't want to make you to make $400 or $500. The answer would be no.
So if you were starting over, would you change anything that you would do if you were quitting Walmart again? What was something that you would change to make sure that you are going down a good road of making sure you're being, instead of 190, could you have done 250 that first year, or the second year you have done a lot better?
Yeah, we could have at least made more, or we could have made the 190 a lot easier. Having a CRM in place, something to do that stuff for you would have been huge, and putting money into marketing in different ways. Google My Business, I was not using anything like that, and that's stupid. It's 2020, man. Like, what are you doing? Duh. So I would have put that $5,000 instead of sitting on it as my nest egg, because what's $5,000? I would have stuck that in marketing and pulled out $15,000. Because I made the $5,000 back either way, but I was looking at it like it was this great big unattainable thing, and it's just I didn't know. I just didn't know.
Don't know what you don't know.
Don't know.
And how do you know what you don't know? What's something that you can do that you don't know that will help you know what you don't know?
You get around people who know.
And where can we do that at?
We can do that at Wash-A-Thon.
So you can go down in the description. You can go to pressurewashhelp.com/in-person training. You can go to pressurewashhelp.com/Cody. You can go to Southeast Soft Wash and find out about Wash-A-Thon. So what are you going to teach at Wash-A-Thon?
So
what do you bring to the table at Wash-A-Thon?
Like I said, I'm a SME. And the reason Wash-A-Thon has 5 instructors is because I know a lot about what I'm going to teach. But I know about the other crap. I know more than most everybody, beginning guys. I know infinitely more. But I'm not going to teach you that, because that's not my lane. I'm going to teach you what I know, and that is soft washing. I can tell you every ups and downs, ins and outs. We're going to talk about ratios. We're going to talk about building materials. We're going to talk about safety as far as screwing up property, damaging vegetation. Why is vegetation getting damaged? Certain types of things that will get damaged easier than others. We're going to talk about identifying what kind of stain we're cleaning, organics, non-organics. How can you do 5 or 6 house washes a day? I've done 7 house washes a day and been like, man, it's kind of a long day, but it's not ridiculous. I don't like those days. I didn't start my business to do 7 or 8 a days. I like doing 3 a days. So how can you make a 6-figure paycheck and not be beat to death? Still be able to come home and enjoy the evening with your family. Because you can clean all that stuff with pressure washer. You can. But if you're soft washing, it's just faster. It's more conducive to making money quicker. There's different ways to soft wash, different systems, different whether it's 12-volt booster, air diaphragm, gas power, downstreaming. All that is under the umbrella of soft washing. That's what I'm going to focus on. I will be doing pretty much the whole, me and you together will be doing the in the field stuff. So just like we did last year, we're going to classroom it in the morning. We're going to talk through all that stuff. I teach that class pretty much every Friday at my shop, but then we're going to go out in the field to a residential. We may do it at the hotel if there's enough dirty stuff at the hotel, and physically clean something. It was this year, but we say last year, but it was this year. When we took those guys out in the field, and we got 43 guys standing there, me and Jason are talking, and we sprayed half of a roof, and we turn around and we're talking, and in real time, they're watching an $800 roof job get done while we're there. but it's not as easy as just spraying that tacky. There's other crap that you have to know, or you'll be losing as much money as you're making because you're tearing up stuff, you're wasting product. So we're going to talk about all that stuff. That's kind of my niche, just the technical off wash.
I agree 100%, and there's a success story on here that I want to talk about a little bit, just because I did see this come through, and Central Illinois Power Washing, I seen that they had shut down 2 fire trucks in Peoria, Illinois, and most likely he'll be laid off unless the guy is retired. And this is a guy that when he started his pressure washing business in March-ish, that he was hoping to do $20,000 in a year. The whole year, $20,000 in a whole year. And as of the other day, I don't know if it had been updated, but he is right at $75,000 just in these last 4 or 5 months. And so it has allowed him to pay off a lot of debt. It has allowed him to be able to, this happen right here, because he thought it was going to actually happen earlier than this. But if people don't retire, he's not going to make it through this round of people. And so being a pressure washing owner, yes, you can go out there and make enough money to make a good living that a lot of times, he was saying at the firehouse, he don't even make that a whole year. That $70,000 that he made in that 4 or 5 months, he don't even make that in a whole year. And so, that is why I do what I do. That's why Cody kind of does what he does of helping people get to where they need to be at. We wouldn't put videos out there if we didn't want to help people. And so Wash-A-Thon is a whole group of people that like to help people that will get you to the next level. And it's like I always say, can you learn a lot of this stuff online? Yes, you can watch everything that we teach in there, I guarantee is out on YouTube somewhere. I guarantee it. But what you learn at Wash-A-Thon is meeting those people. Then it's not just so much the classes, it's the whole part of everybody rubbing shoulders and everybody meeting each other, and you're hitting ideas off of, hey, in this area this works really good for me. What works good for you? And when you get that talking back and forth, that is what Wash-A-Thon is really into. Is it in the classroom? You'll learn stuff, but that's not where you learn the gold at. And I know for myself, I've been to many classes, I've been to many things. Like I say, my goal is if I spend $1,000 out on a class, I want to 10x it by the end of the year or within a year time. And I guarantee if you come to Wash-A-Thon and you put a little effort into it, you will 10x it, no problem. Guarantee that it will 10x itself, no issues whatsoever. Would you not agree on that saying right there?
Yeah, I mean, I've sat in a lot of classes that I took for free, and I didn't care to be there, so I didn't really learn anything. It was stuff that Walmart paid for, and I was like, man, it's stupid. I got accused of this. Well, you don't want to help people, you just want to make money. Well, I did 2 years of YouTube and didn't even monetize my YouTube channel till this February. So all them videos, I didn't get nothing off of that, and you don't make a lot on YouTube anyway. That's not the point. I like doing it. I like the YouTube community. We want to give back. Yeah, I'm going to make money. We're going to make money selling tickets. But the point of it is you're going to benefit more because you invested in yourself to come to something. I don't need the money. I can sit right here. I got plenty of crap to do at that shop. It's a little chunk, but it don't mean nothing to me. I got crap to do. But I'm not going to Atlanta for free for 2 days either. So there's a sweet spot. Let me give you 3 success stories. You just gave a really good one, but 2 of my equipment guys, I talked to them this week. One of them got their trailer a year ago, September. So they've had it 11 months and 1 week. And they really didn't mess with it last year because they got it late in the season. So this year, I talked to him Monday. He was ordering some little parts and stuff. They've made, what did he say, 60? A little over 60,000. They're in Texas. Another guy came to the shop today. We replaced a pressure hose on his rig because he's just used the crap out of it and it was ready to be changed. And he's made 74,000. And I think it was 70 something. He's had his trailer since the end of February. So these are year one guys, and I didn't teach them all that stuff that they're going to learn at Wash-A-Thon. I just taught them the stuff I know, right? But just with the technical training and a bunch of hustle, it's very doable. Like you said earlier, those aren't the key things. The key things are the other things that you're going to learn on just being there, learning. There's just stuff you can't quantify. But the other success story is actually my guy, Jonathan. He started with us this year in the end of January to run the truck because I just don't have time to get out there on the truck anymore. And he's made, how much has Jonathan made? Son, you see him on a video. You can go now. Folding clothes in here, and they know I'm doing a video. A little over 50, according to QuickBooks. This is a brand new guy. He don't know nothing. He went to Wash-A-Thon. He was at the last Wash-A-Thon, and he had been working with me for like 3 weeks. He don't know nothing.
And if somebody would have had a CRM, he would have probably made a lot more than that.
He might. It wouldn't hurt. But he's made over 50. You know, in our demographics, in the middle of Alabama, it's one of those things where it's an industry where you can make money, but you have to know, do you want to take a year and a half to figure it out, or do you want to figure it out in one sitting and then tweak it and dial it in for your business? And that's what Wash-A-Thon is. It's 5 instructors. Well, it's 4 instructors plus Sean, and we've all got a niche. Sean's really good he's built so many 12-volt kits and booster kits, and he knows a lot of the ins and outs stuff. You've got a niche. I'm Jason. You are Jason. Aaron's got a niche. Bobby's got a niche. I don't have 500 5-star reviews. Bobby's been, he's been bragging about those 500 reviews for a year. He should be at 1,000 by now, but he does have 500. So
finally, he's got 500.
Finally, they're all fake. We know that.
Fiverr is you buy them by the dozen. So
Aaron's ranking number 1 in a huge metropolitan city. The dude's ranking number 1, one truck. I've been doing this for 17 years. I've watched. I didn't really keep good records when I was doing it part-time because it was just blowing money. But at least over $1 million, about 1.5 million in wash jobs in the last 15 years. Of course, it's part-time money, so it, spread out. But that's, and you've ran a big wash company. I can only imagine.
Headaches is all it is.
It's a bunch of headaches, but we're trying to share and catapult you past about a year and a half learning curve. There were just so many guys that came to the last Wash-A-Thon that we've kept up with and kept in touch with that have made a killing, and they attribute a lot of that to us. A lot of it's just them. We're just kind of giving you some cheat codes on the front end.
And honestly, I know Baker, he put something on here as a success story too. He put another success story. You, Cody, John Lang, Rob Anderson, and others are the reason we were able to quit our jobs 2 years ago and have been living real life ever since. So thank you. And them, that is the success stories that we want to hear. And that's what you will get out of Wash-A-Thon. I'm gonna let my thing and Cody's thing kind of go hand in hand. So I'm gonna let Cody do that. But I'm going to do Christmas lights because we're at Christmas light season, and I'm going to hit the Christmas lights when we are doing Christmas lights on. It'll be a long day on that Friday. If you don't want to do Christmas lights, that's fine. You don't have to. But I'm going to do Christmas lights after dinner. So we're going to do pressure washing in the morning. So it's going to be 2 days packed full of stuff. So it's going to be pressure washing in the morning, pressure washing in the afternoon, Christmas lights that night, and then all day Saturday will be safety, which the safety is going to cover Christmas lights and pressure washing, ladders, all the good stuff that goes along with it. Again, safety isn't a thing. Safety is a mindset. Again, if you don't have that mindset, you don't care about safety. So you got to do safety. And then it'll be Bobby Walker and Mean and Lean. And, it will just be one of the things that you don't want to miss out. And I know we're pushing it a lot here right now. The tickets will sell out. They will. I mean, I know some people like to wait till the very end. And it happens all the time. I get people the night before my trainings be like, hey, can I show up? And I'm like, yep, you can show up. Just come on, but this will sell out because we only got 50 spots and we can only sell out 50 spots.
Yeah.
So
We're about halfway sold out right now. So we can do 20 more ish, 25 more or so. But we don't want it to be a huge event. Number one, because it's kind of sucky to have a lot of people there. It's just logistically difficult. But I like the smaller event because it's your instructor to student ratio is about 10-1 if we get 50 people there, and that's the sweet spot to where we did a Q&A last time for an hour and a half, and that I think was extremely beneficial to the guys that could ask direct questions that most of their questions got answered through the 2 days, but if there was something that we didn't hit, they could hit it right there and we can answer. You got 5 guys. I don't know what the total revenue over all 5 of us in a year would be, but we're not just some 5 yahoos, okay? It's hard for me to do this back patty thing, but for real, like I've done this for a minute now. I know what I'm talking about. I don't talk about it if I don't know what I'm talking about. So
this is a good one here where Truth Seeker put, my boy Hamid has been killing it out of Portland, and I don't mean protesting. And here's the thing: before he came to Wash-A-Thon, he had been in business for a while. He actually had bought an old business that wasn't doing very good at all. Like, he ran it last year, and he was running in the ground. And when he came to Wash-A-Thon, he has just freaking been hitting it out of the ballpark ever since Wash-A-Thon. And he'll tell you it was Wash-A-Thon because, like I say, I remember sitting down, and I would sit down at nighttime with him, and we were talking, and, it was... you got to raise your prices, dude. I know what you can make up there. And he's like, well, I don't know, my $199. And I'm like, no, dude, you got to raise your prices because if you don't raise your prices, you're going out of business.
Yeah, he's the one of the few that stick out in my mind because he really was making money, but he was leaving so much money on the table. And Hamid didn't learn a lot of technical stuff there. He'd been doing it for a while. He learned, oh crap, I'm just playing around with this thing, and I'm going to go back and I'm going to stop playing around. And he did. And we talk regular. He comments all the time, and I need to call him, but man, he's crushing it. And he should have been crushing it the whole time, but sometimes you just need that little nudge, and you get around, like you said, other guys who are doing it.
Well, and I think, too, the biggest thing is he never had no mentor he had us on there, but he never really had no mentor of teaching him what he needed to know. He had worked for a company that didn't charge enough that he had bought, and it was one of those things that, you get around smart. It's like I said last time, you get around smart people, you become smart. If you're around dumb people, guess what you are?
Well, if you ever find out that you're the biggest fish in the pond, you need to go to another pond. Because you need to be around people who are up here, right? I'm not saying they're better people, but I don't want to hang around people who are making $30,000 a year and they're good right there. Because I don't want to do that. Hey, that's fine for you, but I'm going to be around people who challenge me to do more. Your mentor can't be where you're at. You got to be somebody that'll push you a little bit.
Yep. So definitely check out Wash-A-Thon. It is something that you will not want to miss. It will be, it's going to be good. Like I say, we're having it, whether we have 40 people or 50. I think it will sell out. I know how people are. They wait till the last time. And here's the thing. It might sell out quick here. People want to sit and wait. Last time we had, how many people did you have call and ask you, is there any tickets left? I know I had several. No tickets left. No, we don't have no more tickets left. When we sell 50, that's 50. That's it.
I snuck in a couple because they begged, and I'm not going to do it again this year because I was like, all right, listen, I'll let you come, but don't tell nobody. I'm not going to do it this year. So it's in Atlanta. It's 15 minutes from the airport. It's pretty easy. Fly in, get an Uber, boom. You're going to Stockbridge. What is it? It's a Hilton Garden Inn.
No. Holiday Inn.
Holiday
Inn. Decent place. Could have got somewhere better, but a lot of those places had a bunch of crazy COVID rules. The place is fine. It's just not like the Sheraton or anything.
So it
I'm
is the
not
Holiday
wearing
Inn.
a mask, okay?
We need to get. I'll make and put a link so that way you can see the link to the hotel because should be able to start booking that. Correct?
Yes. Yeah. If you get a ticket, you'll automatically get an email from our webpage that'll give you the details of where to go, where to book. There is a link that you can.
There's a great rate code.
I'm just trying to say that. My wife thinks for me, but there's a group rate that they'll get a little bit different, a little bit cheaper room. The room's not much anyway, so it's a good hotel. It's not, it's not like the Four Seasons, but it's fine. It's 3-star, 4-star. We're gonna have a good time. It's gonna be. We weren't gonna do it because of COVID.
And
We were
that's
gonna wait
something
till-
I know Logan just put on here. I need Christmas light training. And I know some of these, I know there's other people having trainings in the Atlanta area. This is not a pitch fest. Cody's not pitching, buy my stuff, buy my stuff, buy my stuff. I'm not pitching, buy my stuff, buy my stuff, buy my stuff. Bobby don't have much to sell. He's got a little bit to sell, but what he has to sell, he's actually teaching, so he's not going to be pitching it. And Aaron don't care either. So this is not a pitch fest of we're going to get you there and we're going to get you there cheap. And now we're going to pitch because we don't care. If you buy a trailer, good for you. If you don't, good for
It don't
you.
matter.
You will still get information and you will learn something. Now,
got a
now
whiteboard.
Sean, I don't know what he has, but
Sean's got the ring, and he's got to take it to Mordor. But no, I don't like that. I hate that when you go somewhere and they're just trying to sell you something the whole time. I ain't trying to sell you nothing. I don't care. I got a whiteboard full of something to build already, so we're good. We're good. This is just a 2-day learning event. That's literally all it is. But it's a good one. So I'm really happy with the group that we've got. We mesh good. We have good info. You're not getting repetitive stuff. Like Jason said, some of my stuff and his stuff are real similar, little nuancey differences because he does more downstream and stuff. And so we may hit the highlights together, but then he's going to do Christmas lights. What's the big deal about Christmas lights? Can't make no money
what's the
doing
big
that.
deal about Christmas lights? It's more profitable than pressure washing.
Really? Well, tell me.
More pressure.
What we do in Alabama is we just put them up and leave them up till we die.
Yeah, that's probably not your customer, because your customer got to have money. And if you don't have money, it's not your customer. If they live in the trailer park, they're probably not your customer. But at the end of the day, Christmas lights is very profitable. I know Christmas Lights Cincinnati will probably do almost $750,000 just in Christmas lights. And so it's a lot of profit. They did $500,000 last year. So that means $500,000 of that will be pure profit other than labor. And so that is the beauty of Christmas lights. Your first year, will you make money? Yes. When you start compounding that money and the lights work over and over and over, that is where your money is really being made at the end of the day. That is where, and a lot of people be like, Jason, you get more excited about Christmas lights than you do pressure washing. You daggone right, because, $1,800, our average ticket was an $1,800 was our average ticket. How many people out there pressure washing have $1,800 average tickets? And you do 3 of those a day? Get you some money right there, man. You were lucky on the pressure washing truck to do $2,000, $3,000 a day. You're doing $4,500, $5,000 a day in Christmas lights, and you can make that kind of money in 3 months span. Tell me that ain't some fun.
Now you go from dreading the winter and worrying about it to bring it on.
And then you're ready to die at the end of the season. The month of February. Then you're trying to hurry up and rush to get your equipment ready to go back for pressure washing in the month of February.
So you have no downtime. but you have money. Your wallet's fat. So
yes, you have money and you have your wallet full. And a lot of people, you don't really get a lot of satisfaction out of people watching cleaning their house. They might be like, oh yeah, that's cool. But when they look up there and see them Christmas lights, they're especially the little kids, they're like, Christmas time, baby.
Yeah.
And you're like Christmas time too, with a full wallet.
You
And
should
I
be
know I've
ashamed
been
of
making
yourself.
fun of it, but it's true, 100% true.
No,
I'm not
yeah.
joking,
If we
100%. I know
if we
several.
lived in a better place, demographically speaking, even Auburn, 1 hour south of us, Auburn, Alabama, they have a company down there that does Christmas lights because they've got the right market from it. But there's a ton of money to be made in that, and it's a perfect niche for this business because you shut down in the winter and you transition right into something else, and it's a service business. So here's the thing: you've already got a client list from your pressure washing jobs, and you just migrate them right over to the Christmas lights thing. It's pretty cool.
So Dan just took my in-person Christmas light, and he said it was amazing. A lot of important info on the marketing and selling. Can't wait to get the money going this year. Lawn Commander asked, "What do you do with them lights? You hang them on people's houses, and you take their money." Again, our average ticket was last year was $1,800. We were getting $8 a foot for Christmas lights. So every bulb you see that's a foot a piece, that was $8. It cost you about $1.75 to put that $8 up there. So that puts you $6 in your pocket.
Well, I would do it. I would pay for Christmas lights. I wouldn't pay 1,800. I ain't get that kind of money. But every year we say this. Do we not say this every year? We'd be like, "Hey, we're gonna do the house this year," and we don't because I don't have time. But if there was a legit service around here, I would let somebody do it on my house. Come take all that crap back down. Yay! I had a pretty house for a month.
And you got plenty of money. It's a tax write-off at this point, so you just got to make it sound good for your put some lights on your building too. So
yeah, I'll make the logo or something.
So Nathan just put, "Where do you get those Christmas lights?" I'm actually got a site. It's called christmaslights.io, christmaslights.io, and it's my site. And it's not done yet because it takes time, and what do we not always have? Time. But man, Christmas lights are already booking up here, and I've actually heard that by several people that Christmas lights people are booking right now. And this is actually a little early for Christmas light booking, but they are booking right now. So JD put that, and so if you don't know Christmas lights, come on down and figure, and we can teach you how to do some Christmas lights.
How many people we got watching?
81.
Man.
Do you lease them and then store them after Christmas? Yes. So we don't lease them. We sell it as a service, and that's how I teach it. Sell it as a service. It's our lights. We help design them. We go put them up. We go fix them if they break, and we take them down at the end of the season, and they're our lights. Next year, we charge them just as much as we did this year, and we ain't got no freaking cost in it other than the labor, and that is the beauty of Christmas lights.
Yeah, especially LEDs now because they're so much more durable.
The LEDs last 5 to 6 years. I got LEDs from when I started in 2014 that we still use. You can throw them up against the wall; they don't break, and like the old. And then they don't. And then they also don't. They take no electricity. So back in the old days, you could put 130 feet on one strand of one circuit, and you were at 10 amps. Now you're at about 0.4 amps. So
yeah. Why don't you just bring some down and do my house while you're down there?
You give me the money, and that might happen. So,
Jason, man, he's a man after my own heart.
So that is the joy of Christmas lights. And again, we'll be doing some tree. As long as the hotel's got some trees, it'll probably be at night when we're doing them, or I may try to squeeze a little bit of time of what's his name's of cut off Sean, or somehow we'll figure out some way of getting some outside. Maybe if we're doing the pressure washing at the hotel, I can maybe do some Christmas light during that on the outside of things.
Yeah, they do have some shrubs and trees and stuff out there. I can tell that from the Google images. So
where can I learn to do lights? Your website, yes, christmaslightshelp.com, or you can go to the pressurewashhelp.com/in-person. And there is all the dates for that I'll have every other class, plus Wash-A-Thon. Wash-A-Thon will have it also. Other than that, that's about it. So why would you not want to come to Wash-A-Thon? Tell me a reason why you wouldn't want to come to Wash-A-Thon. You got any reason why you wouldn't want to come to Wash-A-Thon? Here's the thing.
I wouldn't want to come?
Yeah, why? Here's the thing. I know people want. This is the one that a lot of people ask about. If you're starting to look to start a business in the spring, or you want to really get going in the spring, this is why we're having it right now. It's to really help spring get going. Also, if it's money, like I say, our goal is that you will 10x that $1,000. And I really do believe you can 10x that $1,000 by putting it in there. Don't you? Do you agree on that?
Looking back when I started, like I said, I had that little $5,000 nest egg tucked aside, and I thought that was some money. Ain't no money. What's $5,000 when you're doing 5 to 7,000 a week washing? I wish I had invested that five in something, something. And if you don't have the knowledge, you don't even know what the something is. You may need to invest that little bit of money that you've got, some of it in Wash-A-Thon or some kind of training so that you know where to spend it. But maybe you got a few thousand left. You may need to go buy equipment because you can't do it with your finger. But you may not need equipment. You may have some stuff you can throw together and get to work. Maybe you got plenty of money and you don't care. You can buy all of it. You can get equipment, training, marketing. You may need to spend it on marketing. You may come to Wash-A-Thon and be sitting there with a rig ready to go and no website, no Google My Business, no printed material, no yard signs, no none of that. That may be where you need to spend it. Or you may need to spend it on CRM and responsive bid and all that. Jill's office. Maybe but you don't know. If you don't know, come to Wash-A-Thon, book your ticket. If you feel like it was a waste of money when you get done, then oh well, chalk it up to a learning experience. But people overlook the training all the time on anything, and you're gonna lose the grand either way. So you might as well invest in yourself. If we did not have the feedback that we had from the first event, I wouldn't be doing it again, because the first event was just a shot in the dark. We thought it was going to be good. It was great. Those guys loved it. Those guys, we have had, as far as I know, no negative feedback at all from the first Wash-A-Thon. So that tells me that all them dudes have had a whole season. They had all spring and all summer, and if they didn't learn anything and they didn't find value in it, somebody would have let me know something by now. So that tells me that the information is good and it's worth it. So I hope you guys, if you're on the fence about coming, come check us out.
So I was just JD just put, I sent out my first advertisement on the 1st and got 25 booked for November.
Is that Christmas lights?
For Christmas lights. And here's the great, a lot of people, so Christmas light customers are not very cheap to get. It's just not cheap because, again, our closes are way down, and you could spend $100 just trying to get a Christmas light job lead at the end of the day, $150. But what is the lifetime value of that Christmas light job? That is the thing, because here's the great thing about Christmas lights. People that spend money on Christmas lights, guess what else they'll spend money on?
Washing.
I think they might spend on something about washing because they want stuff clean. Now, Are our pressure washing customers going to spend that kind of money?
Not necessarily.
Probably not. Very few do. So that is definitely something that that we have to do. Talking about Christmas lights, I'm booking some already. Country clubs, homes, and more. Learn from Jason and hit this business in your area as well. Easy money. God bless you guys.
Hey, put JD's thumbnail back up there, his little avatar.
Hold on. Yeah.
He be looking like somebody. He'd be looking like Ty Lopez, that dude on the beginning of them YouTube videos, got all them books in the back. That's who he look like. JD, you look like Ty Lopez, man. Like you about to sell me a course, man. That's really cool. I've never thought about it that way, that you're double dipping on the marketing with those customers.
Yes. It is definitely something that, you do.
He do look like that dude. It just popped up on my TV. Because there's a delay. He looked bad, bro. You look like Ty Lopez, man.
But
I'm just here in my garage with my Ferraris and Lamborghinis. I like books. Here's a Here's some books.
And, there is a lot of money to be made in pressure washing. There's a lot of money to be made. It's all about, at the end of the day, it's all about mindset. I know some guys that have really killed it. I do know them, and I see them. Benjamin, I can't think of the one dude that is up in Jake.
Baker.
Jake Benjamin or Benjamin Jake. I think he's going to do like 1.2 million. He started about 2 years ago. So there is money to be made. And I know a lot of people be like, "Well, I ain't making it." Well, you're not looking in the right places. You're not. It's like it's like throwing mud on the wall sometimes. Sometimes we got to throw mud on the wall to see what sticks. If it don't stick, we got to keep throwing mud. We don't just give up and say, "Well, that don't work. I don't care what Jason, Cody, Bobby, whoever, that don't work." Well, you know what? You got to throw mud on the wall. You got to find out what sticks, and you got to go out there and get it and hit it hard. It don't just come by sitting at your house and doing nothing. Doing nothing does nothing, at the end of the day. And you know what is also good about Wash-A-Thon is if you go there, you might find you an accountability partner. And when you find you an accountability partner, that can get you way farther than anything else. Is that because we kind of hold each other accountable, and accountability partner will get you way farther than Bobby was in a funk. Bobby had been in a funk for about how long had he been in a funk for?
Couple months.
He was
we text every day, and and it happens. It's COVID. He was poised to strike. Boom, COVID bottoms out, and we try to help each other out. And so finding people there that you should have everybody's contact when you leave an event like that, and leverage that, because I'm not prone to getting discouraged. I'm just not. That's not my personality. I'm usually pretty tough, to get down and out. But if you do, like Hamid was, he was down and out about stuff, and it's just a mindset change. I get mad. I've only got two emotions, normal and mad. So I don't usually get the down and out thing, but it's good to have people that you can bounce stuff off of that are in the journey with you. It's good to have people up here you're pushing to be at their level, and I've got people that I'm pushing to be at that level. I've never, if you'd told me 3 years ago, hey, you're going to buy that building and have 8 employees and have, a comma with 3 digits on each side of it in your checking account, I'm like, dude, you're crazy. But it can be done. Now, I had a whole lot more fun when I was washing because I wasn't this stressed out. There's my soft wash cat.
Pretty cat.
Washing was great. Making 100, 150, 192 grand, me and Dusty in the truck. We eating Chick-fil-A. We were just chilling. So stupidly, I've decided to change the whole business model into this equipment training thing. But you guys get the benefit from it. So
Truth Seeker said Cody wants to be put on everyone's accountability partner. Call him 24/7. But if you call him, you're gonna get her now.
You can't call me. I've made it to where you can't call me. I fixed it. You can call her, but you can't call me. Like, good luck. You can call that number, but that won't be my number. Dude got a skid from me a couple months ago, and he's like, hey, can I get your cell number in case I need to call you? I was like, no. You know what? It was that N-O word. Sorry, brother. I love you. You can call the office number, but you can't call my number.
And if she can't fix it, then it probably can't be fixed. So
if she can't fix it, you got an empty soap tank. It happens.
It says when Cody gets mad, he might shoot something.
I don't. Ammo is hard to come by, so I'm saving my ammo for the Boogaloo. Y'all will know when the Boogaloo happens. You'll know because I'll start expending ammo. Accuracy through volume.
But alrighty, I'm not going to keep everybody on here too long. I'm glad you came out, learned about Cody, and the success he's had and all that kind of stuff, and the troubles he's had. And so that's kind of why I wanted to bring Cody on, is just to tell the story. I told my story the other day. If you didn't watch it, go back and check it out. I tell how I was homeschooled, and you can turn out all right if you're homeschooled. I mean, I guess I turned out all right.
Hey, I was homeschooled.
So, that is definitely something that, that is something for sure that is, it's one of those things that a lot of people don't know about me, don't know about Cody, and that's kind of why I want to get on here, kind of get those things that, you don't know much about us, and that way, you know, we do buy cut. I'm getting customers just like you getting customers. I'm getting you the know, like, and trust factors. And if you do the same thing, if you get people to know, like, and trust from you, they will buy from you. And so, that's what I'm trying to teach you all is get out there on Facebook, get in them LinkedIn. If you're not using LinkedIn right now, you are losing a lot of money. I just talked to Benjamin Gregory that lives real close to me, and one contact on there on LinkedIn has made him almost $125,000 this year. One contact from a free post on LinkedIn has made him $125,000, and it is still rising. And that was just by doing LinkedIn. So get in LinkedIn, make sure you figure it out, learn how to do it. If you don't know how to do it, I got some training on it, but LinkedIn can be a really good source of money making stuff for you. So if you're on LinkedIn, check out my LinkedIn. You can follow me there. I'm starting to play a game on LinkedIn right now, so I want to see if it works or not. I'm starting to like a lot of people, so find me, and then I will like you. I'll follow you back, and then I'm looking at. If you're a landscaper, no matter what, I want to, I'm trying to build my LinkedIn up is what I'm trying to do right now. So, any last words for a new guy before we get off here?
Don't be a silly salmon. Just don't
Sounds
be
good. See y'all later. Hang on in there, and I will end it.